Welcome to day 9 of hashtag Fearlessly Authentic Michaela. Usually I try to think a little bit beforehand of what I'm going to say to you guys, and I try to jot down notes. I'm tired and I don't want to do that tonight, but fuck it, I'm going to share it with you guys. So the great thing about this challenge is that I've realized stuff about myself, and I've just gotten the chance to think about, who am I? Who is Fearlessly Authentic Michaela? What if I could be myself with everyone? Who would I be? And the whole point of this challenge, just spoiler alert it right here, fuck, why not? The whole point of this challenge was because I am no longer, I don't believe in religion, and I wanted to gear up the courage to tell people that. And in my journey to be able to be brave enough to tell people that, I realized things about myself, about who I am and who I've always been. And I thought to myself, well, you don't have to tell people, Michaela. You can just go with the original plan and la-ti-da, get your tattoo, and there you go, and no one has to know. And then I thought, no, that's not what this is about. You finally admitted this to yourself, so tell people so that you no longer have to hide it, and you don't have to be a different Michaela, and there's one Michaela. So long story short, you guys, I finally admitted to myself that I am bisexual. Ooh. I always have been, and just the way that I grew up with, just think about the fact that if I had to do all this just to be able to tell people that I don't believe in religion, you can guess the place I grew up in. And it's just, I've known for less than a month, I've known my whole life, I just have admitted to myself for less than a month. And as soon as I found out, or admitted to myself, within 24 hours, I had someone calling and asking me, is it the gay, sorry, I'm playing with this because I'm fidgety, is it the gay thing? Well, fuck, it was, but I was gonna tell them, because I had less than 24 hours to process. And I am very fortunate to have a very good roommate at this moment in my life who was able to help me through it that night when I broke down, because I was still dealing with a lot of self-acceptance issues. Because I've always told myself that it's not an option for me. So no matter what you feel, no matter what you think, don't say anything, because it's not an option, and it never will be. And through this challenge, I found freedom. I didn't even know that this was something that I was looking for or trying to accept about myself. I didn't even know. And I found it through this. And I'm scared. I've been scared, thinking, do I tell people? Who do I tell? Do I tell people in person? And trying to identify those key people in my life who I would like to tell in person. And there are a few more of you that I wanted to tell in person, but some things happened tonight that I said, no more. I'm getting it out there. I'm never going through this again. So originally I was going to tell you, but now you can just watch and we can have a follow-up conversation after I've dried my tears. Anywho, I am very fortunate to have some really good people in my life. To the mentors that I have reached out to and have had conversations with me in these past few weeks, thank you. Because while I know all these things of, it's not wrong to be bisexual, and being bisexual is enough to make you part of the LGBTQ plus community, because in my mind I told myself, well, it's just enough that I can no longer be part of the heteronormative community, but it's just not enough to be a full-fledged part of the LGBTQ plus community, which in my mind I'm like, Michaela, that's so stupid, but I feel it, and I'm finally understanding what my students go through. And it's just been very uncomfortable, but it's been something I wanted to share with you guys. But there have been people who have told me, I have a right to know in person, and I have a right to this and that. You don't have a fucking right to anything. I have a right to be myself. And to be myself in whatever way I choose. If you can tell, it's already been 5 minutes in this video. It's going to be a long one, you guys. Deal with me. I waited 23 years to tell you. You can wait 10 minutes to hear. And I listened to... Okay, so if you've ever listened to him, there's this guy named Stephen Lovegrove. He is #America's Life Coach. And today he did a podcast about how do you know when you are ready to do anything. And I just listened, and it just kind of empowered me of like, well, I don't need to wait, because who decides? No external factors, as he would say, can decide when I'm ready. It's purely internal. And I'm ready for people to know, but I was scared for people to know. And so tonight, I've already talked with my sister, and I've talked with a few other people, and it was, who am I most scared of telling? Because you're never going to be ready, and you're never going to know all the facts. And just call them and tell them and talk with them. And so I did that tonight, and I called that person, and let me tell you, it's not fun. It's never fun to end a conversation by saying I love you and not hearing it back. If you have ever worked in student affairs or been to college, you've probably done that stupid star activity. It's not stupid, it's a good activity where basically you get all these different colored stars and you write all these different things that mean to you on the star. And through the narrative, you either leave the star as is, you fold the star back, meaning that the person does not accept you, but they eventually will, or you tear the star up. And while I've done that activity in my real life, I have never had to fold a star. I've never had to tear off a star. And tonight I folded a star. They'll come back. I know they will. But all the other people I've talked with have been really supportive, and this was the first one that kind of hit me right in the face. Hearing things like, child molesters have these urges, but they don't act on them. It's not what I wanted to hear. And it just steamrolled, and it ended with agree to disagree, but you're my family and I love you. And silence. They didn't mean it, but I can hear that silence ringing in my ears. And I am speechless, but at the same time, the worst is over. And it's time to share it with you guys, because I never want to go through that again. Ever. So I'm coming out as bisexual. My journey is not near as hard as what a ton of people have to go through. I ended the conversation with another family member that was really, really supportive and listened to me like sob my eyes out. Really supportive, and just saying that, you know, the worst is over. You can do what you want to do or what you don't want to do, but at the end of the day, it's your journey. What do you want to do? I've been watching your videos and I'm proud of you. And they ended the conversation with I love you. The worst is over and the best is yet to come, and I want you guys to be part of it. And this was not my intention when I started this social media challenge, and I've learned it about myself, and I want to share it with you guys because I'm tired of not being me. And so to my friends and family who I did not get a chance to talk to in person, I'm sorry. Things just kind of happened tonight where I could no longer be silent, and this was never the plan, but tonight on Wednesday, June 21st, I'm letting you all know. To my friends who are now viewing our interactions with a different lens, please fucking stop. Don't, because there's no need to read context into something that isn't there. I know there's probably, I've always been very open about myself and about my body, and so there are probably a few of you females that are like, oh my god, like, was she into me? Oh my god, was she looking at me? Bitch, no, I just wanted to take my pants off, and if we both took our pants off and sat on the couch and watched a movie, then we were both comfortable. Don't read too much into that. I will now say, in my past, there has been one woman in my life that I have ever had a crush on, but then again, I'm pretty sure everyone has, and her name is Emily Fitzgerald. Fitz. You hot as fuck, and everyone knows it. You know it, so it's okay. I will share that with you guys. But other than that, could you calm down and quit trying to read context into things? At the end of the day, I'm still me, but the only difference is that maybe one day I'll end up with a woman and not a man. And if that's not your style and you can't be a part of it, that's great. Goodbye. I'm not at a point where I want to hear your opinion. I've heard it for 23 years, and now I'm going to hear my own. So whatever, this video has gone on long enough, and there's so much more I want to say. So we're going to do some follow-up episodes, but we're hitting 11 minutes now, so that's it. I'm coming out tonight. I am bisexual. I didn't mean to be, but I always have been. And through this challenge, I have found the freedom to finally let myself accept that I am. And that's it. I'm so sorry for the long video, but you know what? Like I said, I waited 23 years. You can wait 11 minutes. So thank you to everyone who's been following along. Thank you to the people who I know will be supportive after seeing this. To the people who will not be supportive, I still love you. I just don't want to hear from you right now. Let's reconvene in a later year.